going into this debate, the question was, can Biden beat Trump? Biden cannot beat Trump from where he is. Only Trump can beat Trump from where he is, and that's not good enough.
Well, let's get some perspectives on this. We've got Bruce Wolpe with us, visiting fellow at the United States Studies Centre at the University of Sydney. Bruce, well, good morning from us. Thanks for joining us.
Uh, Good morning from Sydney. Thanks for being here.
It's great to have you. And Thomas Del Beccaro is former chair of California Republicans. Thomas, hello, welcome to the programme.
Great to be on again.
Thank you very much for joining us. Bruce, first of all to you, I mean, it is quite difficult to listen to those moments from President Biden, isn't it? This is not what you expect from the person who needs to function at a really high level to hold the office of President of the United States.
It was difficult to watch. And in the outset, it was really within the first 20 minutes that Biden had his first stumble about on healthcare and taxes and mumbled his words. And Trump said, "I didn't understand what you were saying," which is sort of nailed the point. Is this man, can he win and then get into a second term? Trump mastered the format. He kept within bounds of what it permitted him to do. He just made very cogent, solid arguments that Biden was unable to counter on a consistent basis. The issue going in here, how much enthusiasm for Biden does he have it for a second term? And he failed on both those counts and really suffered a big setback in his campaign.
Yeah. Thomas, I mean, do you agree with that? Was this about, I keep coming back to the fact these debates should be about policy and vision. What is the vision of these candidates for president for the United States? But we can't talk about that because actually we're discussing whether either of them can function to be president.
Well, I said before the debate, this will be a debate about to see whether Biden can stand up for 90 minutes. And going into the debate, New York Times has him down 4 to Trump. So did Quinnipiac poll, 2 polls that are not anything but right wing. And the pressure was on Biden. He needed to change the dynamic. He needed to get momentum, and he needed to dispel the concerns. And right away, I had it at 11 minutes into the debate. He had his first problem, and he didn't really recover. And Trump started out well. Quite frankly, I don't know if people watch past 30 minutes, but the first 30 minutes was a TKO, as we say. I want more from Trump in debates going forward. But look, the CNN poll had this 2-1 Trump won. And CNN, first thing they said to Vice President Harris was, should he step aside? So this was pretty catastrophic. Now the question is, will he step aside?
Yeah, well, and Bruce, on that note, it is senior Democrats who are saying that this is the time for Biden to consider his position. I've just caught this tweet in the last couple of minutes from Jamie Metzel, who used to work with President Biden. He is now at oneshared.world. He served on the National Security Council staff under President Bill Clinton as well. Here's what he says. The time has come for a bipartisan common sense movement to save our country. He says, Joe Biden is my former boss. I love him and respect him deeply. He's made a tremendous contribution to our country. His greatest act of patriotism must now be to pass the torch to a new generation. What do you make of that, Bruce, that this level of concern is being expressed by any number of senior Democrats in the aftermath of this debate?
It'll be even more important when we see senior Democrats with names and faces come out and say that the president has to reconsider his position, and for the good of the party, but most importantly for the good of the country and the American democracy he wants to save, they has to stand aside. So the thing to watch in the coming days, are there going to be senior members of the Senate, senior members of the House of Representatives, Democrats, of course, governors, even members of his cabinet? Do they stand with him and have confidence in the second term? And I think that will provoke a moment of reckoning as to the future here. And going into this debate, the question was, can Biden beat Trump? Biden cannot beat Trump from where he is. Only Trump can beat Trump from where he is, and that's not good enough.
That is interesting, Thomas, because as Bruce is picking up on this is about the electoral repercussions. Now, Biden is in this position as presumptive nominee because other potential candidates for Democrat for running for the presidency were polling really quite badly comparatively to Biden. Is there anybody within the Democrat Party that Donald Trump should fear if they were to replace Biden on the ticket?
Well, the Democrat Party is badly fractured on two issues: the Israeli war against Hamas and on the Biden campaign altogether. Divided parties don't win elections. So if they got him to step aside, which, by the way, there's big legal problems with that because their convention is in late August, and whether they can get a different person on the ballot in all the necessary states is an open question. But if they did do that, would that solve the fracture? And I can make the case that it won't because there are alternatives. Kamala Harris has even lower poll ratings than Biden.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom, who I just wrote an article for Fox News about why he would be a bad replacement. He has some real flaws coming out of all the problems in California. And then who do you go to? And if Gavin stepped over Kamala Harris, you'd have a whole different fracture. So the problem, and a year ago, many of us were talking about Biden shouldn't run. A year ago, they brushed it under the rug. And so they've sort of done this, not sort of, they've done this to themselves. And I'm not sure that they can paste over this problem.
That's interesting. And Bruce, just a final one to you on Thomas's point there. Is there a way out of this for the Democrats?
Yes, I do. There is a way out. I mean, the Democrats, the party has to come together as a party, go into conclave together, meet and discuss what's best to win, and also what's best for the country, and put together the ticket that can do that. There may well be the legal impediments that have been cited and so forth, but the fact is, this trajectory, Biden did not want this debate to be a referendum on him. He wanted to have a contrast with Trump and show that he was superior, and Trump did not deserve to return to the White House. That failed. This was a referendum on Biden, and the vote was no.
Gosh. Thank you, Bruce and Thomas. We appreciate the conversation with you both, and thank you for joining us. Bruce Wolpe, visiting fellow at the United States Studies Centre at the University of Sydney, and Thomas Del Beccaro, former chair of California Republicans.
Look, folks, what's going to happen over the next couple of days is they're going to be out there fact-checking all the things he said. I can't think of one thing he said that was true. No, I'm not being facetious. But look, we're going to beat this guy. We need to beat this guy. And I need you in order to beat him. You're the people I'm running for. Here. He says he's going to be the retribution for his supporters. You are the reason why America's as good as we are. We're the finest nation in the whole damn world. And nobody's close.